Hello and welcome back to Alice Talks Football, and in today's video we're going to be talking about all the latest Manchester United news. And we're mostly going to be talking about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and the potential future of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Now there's a lot of stories coming out saying Woodward is prepared to sack Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and that Mauricio Pochettino is the favourite to come in. So I'm going to be covering sort of the news stories, talking about Woodward sacking Ole and bringing Poch in, and I'm going to tell you what the news stories are saying. I'm going to give you my thoughts on the stories. Do I think Ole's going to be sacked or not? Do I think Ole myself should be sacked or not? Am I Ole in? Am I Ole out? What do I think on these stories? What do I think on the Poch kind of situation? Just been covering all the latest Ole Gunnar Solskjaer news. Ole in, Ole out. Is he going to be sacked? Do I think he's going to stay? And more. That's also going to link in with another topic I'm going to cover in this video about news that Ole is losing the dressing room. Do I believe Ole is losing the dressing room? And does this link to the whole Bruno Fernandes being subbed off at half-time versus Spurs? And why exactly was Bruno Fernandes subbed off at half-time versus Spurs? So I'm going to be covering all the latest Manchester United news in this video. So make sure you please hit that like button and then subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football. Thank you everyone. We did hit 10,000 subscribers yesterday, which is amazing. Now, before I get into the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to be sacked, Manchester United prepared to sack him news, Poch in, Ole out kind of news, what I want to say is, you know, there's a lot of negativity around Manchester United at the moment. Not just the fact that we lost to Crystal Palace and we lost to Spurs and we played awful, but the fact that we didn't get Jadon Sancho has really lost the fans. Like, the fact that we didn't get a good transfer window, the fact that we didn't really deliver any of Ole's main targets has lost a lot of the fans. So there's a lot of negativity around Manchester United at the moment. And I think this PR spin of Poch in, Ole out, there's bad results, is maybe a way to distract Manchester United on putting the blame on Ole. Because with every manager, it's almost like the fans have turned on the manager, not the board. The board are the real problem at Manchester United, and we know that the board are the biggest problem at Manchester United. They've not backed Ole. There's this cycle of get a manager, get a few players he wants, you know, back that manager. When he gets top four, the following season you go, nah, you can just have a few players, you don't want to spend money. You know, you don't back him that second season, he comes sick, he gets sacked, new manager, back him, top four, don't back him, sacked. And I think the problem really is the board, and I think the fans are really starting to realise that the problem is the board with this cycle. And I think this Poch in, Ole out story and Ole's going to be sacked because of bad results could possibly be a PR spin to almost distract us and try and get the fans to turn on Ole and not the board. So my message to you guys is, please, if you're Ole and not Ole out, just don't turn on Ole. The real problem with Manchester United is the board. But I'm going to get into the news stories. Okay, so the first one came out by the Mirror, which said, Manchester United are mindful that Mauricio Pochettino will not be available forever. He also has admirers at Manchester City. Pochettino is a name that's been linked to Manchester United for the last year. He was even linked to us before Ole got the job. And I think if Ole does go, Pochettino is probably favourite to go to Manchester United, hence why he's the manager that's being linked to us. I mean, Pep Guardiola is not doing very well at Manchester City, and Manchester City are a proper run club. They might think, Pep isn't doing well, let's get Poch in. So would that prompt Solskjaer to sack Ole because he's worried that Poch could go to City? Who knows? But the story has come out from the Mirror, and I think that Manchester City won't sack Pep Guardiola unless he gets a few more bad results, because they do really like Pep Guardiola and they did generally back him. So if you back him that summer, you don't really have plans on sacking him. Whereas, you know, you could say Ed Woodward didn't back Ole, so maybe he does have plans on sacking him. But I take that story with a pinch of salt because it has come from the Mirror. But I do believe that, you know, Pep's job is just as secure as Ole's right now. Is it not even as secure? Like, I feel like Pep, at the way it's going, could be more likely to go before Ole. So does that mean that Poch could go to Manchester City? You know, we'd have to wait and see. But considering Pep's been back for like 5 seasons in a row, like, I don't think he's doing much of a better job than Ole, if you want my honest opinion. Next story came up by Space People, and it basically just said, Ed Woodward will have no hesitation firing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer if Manchester United's season continues to implode. Woodward has privately insisted he would put a sentiment aside for the future of the club. Like, honestly, when I read this, it just annoys me. The results are going bad, and, you know, the manager has to take some of it. The players, I don't think many of the players are playing for Ole. The players have to take responsibility for some of it. But again, you know, Ed Woodward has no hesitation of firing Ole. I believe this is a PR spin to turn the fans on Ole. Now, Ole, you know, has the greatest start to the season. Ole isn't doing the best job in the world, and this links to people asking me, am I Ole in or am I Ole out? Now, I am Ole in myself, because I saw when he delivered Bruno Fernandez we saw that Ole played the way he wanted to play. You know, just after the coronavirus, we were playing so well. We're winning all our games by like 3-4 goal margins. And that's because Ole got the players he wants, and he was playing the way he wanted to play, and he was playing nice football that was nice to watch on the eye. He was playing the Manchester United way. It's actually the best football I've seen since Sir Alex Ferguson. You know, those games against like Bournemouth and Villa and stuff. And that's why I'm Ole in, because I think a few bad results now does not distract me from what Ole did do when he got Bruno Fernandez in. And I think he's not been backed. There's a negative mood around the club. Paul Pogba obviously wants to leave, and you know, results are falling away. But I think if they'd backed Ole and got the players he wanted, we would continue where we left off, in third place, in a good mood. If we got Jadon Sancho, if we got a good centre back, I feel like we would have finished where we left off, and that really frustrates me. And I think the bad results, you know, Ole has to take some of the blame. I 100% agree with that, but I think the bad results really, they lie deeper than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and I think it does go down to Woodward and the board not spending the money, not backing Ole. And I think these stories of Woodward ready to sack Ole, I think this is a PR spin to try and get the fans to turn on Ole. Now, linking to that, the Manchester Evening News then came out and said, you won't believe what the Manchester Evening News literally came out and said. They went, Ed Woodward has no plans on sacking Ole after backing him in the transfer window. Like, what? Like, what? Like, what? You didn't back Ole in the transfer window. You brought in players that he didn't want. You didn't bring in Grealish. You didn't bring in Bellingham. You didn't get him Haaland in January. You didn't get him Sancho. If you got him Sancho, I'd say you backed him, but you didn't get him Sancho. And then you thought, oh God, we haven't got Sancho. Let's panic. Ooh, this player has played 24 minutes of professional football. Let's spend 30 million on him, because then we've signed a player, and maybe it will make the fans happy. Maybe it'll make Ole happy. Maybe it looked like we'd actually backed our manager. That's what Manchester United had done. So, you know what? Ignore that article by the Manchester Evening News, because Ole's not been backed. But I do think, in terms of Ole being sacked or not, we have a big month coming up ahead. I think we've got Arsenal, Chelsea, Newcastle, Leipzig, PSG. That is the month where things are going to be decided. I tell you this now. If we have a bad month, I think Ole will go, and I don't want Ole to go myself. I think the board need to go. We need a sporting director. But if we have a good month, I think Ole will stay. Remember when we thought Ole was going to go and then he beat Tottenham, then he beat Man City? That month, for me, is exactly like that. Good month, Ole stays. Bad month, Ole goes. I think it really goes down to that month. If he makes it past that month, he goes into the January transfer window. Yeah, we probably won't sign anyone. I don't know. I'm actually going to do a transfer video tomorrow, because there are a few rumours about the January transfer window. Now, there's some stories about Solskjaer becoming a bad manager in the dressing room. Again, this could be a PR spin by Ed Woodward to distract, you know, the fans on going in on Ole and not the board itself. And linking to Ole losing the dressing room, do I think Ole's lost the dressing room? I don't think he has, but I don't know what goes in the dressing room, but I'm not psychic. But Bruno Fernandez, he was subbed off at half-time versus Tottenham, and there's a report saying this is why. So the Mirror are basically quoting what apparently an unnamed matchday staff told them. Unnamed matchday staff on Bruno Fernandes at half-time against Tottenham. He laid into teammates, accusing them of not upholding the proud name of Manchester United. He kept yelling, "We are supposed to be Manchester United. This shouldn't happen." It was clear that the manager also came under fire. He was going about the wrong tactics. There were others raised voices, but Bruno was the one which seemed to carry the main force. And he got subbed off for that. If you want my honest opinion, Bruno going off in the dressing room at half-time, I have no issue with. That's captain material. That's what I want Maguire to be doing. That's captain material. He's saying play for the badge, play for the badge. And I think Bruno has the best attitude in that. I don't know why Ole subbed him. You know, Ole was playing for Manchester United when we had all those passionate leaders on the pitch. And our only passionate leader on the pitch is Bruno Fernandes. And he was given it in the change room, in the dressing room. So I don't think Ole's lost the dressing room, but I am annoyed that he subbed Bruno for that, because I actually applaud Bruno for that. I actually back Bruno in saying that, because he clearly cares and he gives it all. And Bruno was that one player on the pitch where I was like, he is playing for Manchester United, he's given it his all. But that's all the latest Manchester United news, discussing mainly Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Let me know in the comment section down below, are you Ole in or are you Ole out? Please hit that like button, subscribe down below, share this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.